Swimming at the high school is probably the most intense sport you can be a part of. You don't get injured much. It's not like, you're in pain like if you're in football, if you're playing football or soccer, or wrestling or something, but it takes so much more out of you than any other sport does. My definition of swimming is just probably the most physically demanding sport, at our high school.
My definition of swimming would be basically the best and worst thing that ever happened to my life. I think it pointed me in the right direction as far as now I have to get my schoolwork done, and I've met a lot of really great people, but it sucks being tired all the time and spending 11 out of 12 months of the year in the pool.
What is my definition of swimming? It's kind of a hard question to answer. It's like, it's more than a sport. Like, you think that like when you start to get involved, it's just some sort of sport, like a sport like anything else, like baseball, but it's more than that. It becomes like a part of you after a while. It's hard to get into once you get connected to it. It's like an addiction. Swimming is an addiction, definitely.
Did they get you to train your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the wall for a lead role in a cage? How I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. What have we found? The same old fears. Wish you were here.
Of all sports at the high school, swimming, there's no other sport you have to be as dedicated to be a part of.
If you're not a dedicated person, you're not going to be a very good swimmer. Like, that's as simple as that. You have to put in the time. You have to be there every day.
Waking up at 5:30 in the morning every single morning of the week, almost. Like basically, you wake up at 5:30 in the morning, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Go to the pool. Walk to the pool at 10 degrees outside. The wind's blowing at you. You put on a cold suit. It's cold as hell down there, and get out on the pool deck, and it's cold on the pool deck.
And when you wake up at 5:30 in the morning, knowing that you're gonna have to get in the water and swim 3-4 miles, it really takes a lot mentally just to get yourself up, because it's not like a bright and sunshiny day ahead of you. It's a day full of swimming.
What I remember most this year is waking up every morning and sitting in bed looking at my clock and going, I have to get up and do a full day of swimming, school, weights, twice. It takes so much motivation to get out of the bed.
Swimming's, it's physically ridiculous. You're killing yourself. You're dead all day long. And mentally, it's not the most entertaining sport in the world. You're like, all you hear is like bubbles and splashing for an hour and a half straight. You're just swimming back and forth.
You do anything you can just to sort of pass the time. Sometimes you get a song stuck in your head, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it gets bad when sometimes you just have one or two words stuck in your head from a song and you can't get it out because you haven't heard anyone talk in the last 20 minutes because you've just been underwater.
We put in about 1,200 to 1,500 yards per day, or 15,000 yards per day. I don't know how many miles that is, but to tell you the truth, we probably swim more than the cross country girls team or boys team runs. To tell you the truth, we probably swim more than most sports teams run.
I remember sitting in Mr. Barlow's class, 10th period, like pooping myself, thinking about having to go to practice and work hard, and I was so nervous. But I think over time you get used to it. You get used to the fact that I'm gonna go to practice and I'm gonna get my butt kicked up and down the pool. I'm gonna be so tired. But you know that there's worse things.
Practice is, some of the most difficult shit I'll ever go through, and to be done with 4 years of swimming, high school swimming, is a huge accomplishment, and I kind of feel bad for all the underclassmen who still have to deal with another couple of years of it. So, I'm glad to be done.
So basically, I'm a baller. I plan on going to swim practice tomorrow. I'm an OG. This is the first time I got to eat in over 24 hours. So I'm having a little tater tot feast. Oh, I got a twisted omentum. Some twig shit in my stomach. It's like the muscle it like holds together your intestines. I tried to tell the doctor that it happened because I did a float train or something. They didn't believe me. You don't really have a social life that much in swimming season.
I can't in season. I can't hang out with my friends as much as I would like to because you get home from a meet on Friday night and it's 9 o'clock and you have another meet at 12 the next day, and you just can't get yourself up to swim.
For 3 months out of the year during swim season, my social life kind of decreases, and I end up spending a lot more time at home or just hanging out with a few friends, just watching TV, playing video games, stuff like that. Stuff that's not going to involve energy, stuff that I can just do at home. I don't have to go out. I'm not going to be pressured into doing anything stupid.
Not only is it you're like addicted to the sport itself, but you're addicted to the people you're around. Like my best friends are on the swim team.
My social life kind of revolves around the swim team, and my best friends are on the swim team, so it works out. After swim meets, we just chill, get together, just hang out, play video games, just do our own things.
As far as school goes, you have to do your homework early, or else if I don't do my homework within an hour of getting home from practice, I'll be taking a nap by that point, or I need to be in bed by like 10 o'clock, or else I'm not gonna be ready for morning practice the next day.
School comes before swimming, but that's what they all say. That's what the coaches say and whatever. But all the coaches know that swimming comes before school.
It's not just swimming that you have to be dedicated to. You have to be dedicated to school, and that's where I kind of fall off. You're supposed to put school and grades and stuff before swimming, but I kind of put swimming before school. And they say your grades are supposed to get better during swim season, but mine suck. Because all I do is sleep in school because I'm so tired from swimming. I love it. I'm senior. I'm not really worried about my grades that much right now. I just want to swim.
Let's go. I get on extra run. I get on extra run. I get on extra run. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. Yeah. Cowboy. I get on extra run. I get on extra run. I get on extra run. When it's repping time. When it's repping time. to it. Flee to go. Yeah. T-Rap. Stacks. Like easy.
Swim meets are really intense for us, especially like the big ones against New Trier, Fenwick, Naperville Central are like invites. Those are like really, really intense, and you know, a lot of the time you see other teams are just, you know, sort of sitting there by themselves and, you know, not really talking. They're just freaking themselves out for their own races. And one thing that I like about our team is that we know how to mix fun with being serious.
Meets, we screw around a lot. Like, we all take it seriously to a certain extent, and we do stupid stuff like underwater adventures or deep sea diving, whatever you want to call it. While we're supposed to be like getting ready for our races, we just float around on the bottom of the pool and like make people really mad and blow bubbles and basically act like little kids.
It's really stupid, it may seem, but in such an intense scenario like that, you really need something to kind of bring you back down from being so nervous. Because when you're so nervous and you get up there and you can't feel your limbs, you know, you're not going to swim very fast.
Usually during pre-meet speeches, we try to, like, you know, go over the basic stuff, like, you know, make sure you're working on your turns, don't get touched out, stuff like that. It's pretty basic stuff, but then you want to get your team pumped up and do whatever way you can.
Well, I'll just talk crap about the other team, or I just yell and swear a lot. That usually gets the team pumped up.
Usually you downplay the other team and talk about how much they suck and, you know, stuff like that. So it makes it, you know, the team gets pumped up and gets riled up.
So you try and get people up for every meet, including the meets that you know you're going to win by a lot. You know, you want it so that even the worst person on JV feels like they have to swim fast to help out the team.
This is our pool, we don't get touched out, we get good turns, good starts, good finishes, everything's good.
It's a team that we can manhandle, and so we should be going out there, we should be winning every race. We should be taking second in every race. I want to see a hell of 1, 2, 3s. You know, this is definitely a team we can beat. Let's just go kick the shit out of them.
Alright, I don't know about you guys, it feels really, really fucking good to kick the shit out of shitty teams. Let's go to Rockford, but Loyalists, they're not that much better than us. Let's stay with them.
Win the freaking race, okay? It all comes down to the second and third people just kill them. So if we all swim fast together, there's no way they can stop us. They're nothing like they were last year.
Their team is not as good as Fenwick, and we can beat these guys. I've been looking forward to this fucking meet for over a fucking, like, half year, because I want to fucking beat these guys.
These guys fucking suck. We're gonna kick the fucking shit out of them. I know a lot of you guys are swimming off events, but I don't care. Swim as hard as you possibly can. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna fucking break this.
There's one team that I hate almost as much as New Trier. It's fucking Loyola. I fucking hate these guys so fucking much. And I'll be damned if I let these fucking Jesuit bastards come in my fucking pool and beat my fucking team during fucking Hanukkah. I swear to God, Hanukkah! Getting out of the water after an event is being completely tired. If you've given it your all, you can barely talk. You're inaudible for about 5-10 seconds. But if you've gone a best time, it is the most amazing feeling when you get out of the water. You get out, look up at the clock, and it feels awesome. In retrospect, if you don't swim fast, you look back at your race and go, well, what was I doing? And it's really, you second guess yourself a lot.
99.9% of the time, I'll come out of the water saying, well, you know, that's the best I could have done. I have no regrets. And with that mindset, with giving it all I had in every single race, I can't look back on it and go, damn, I wish I tried harder, because I couldn't have tried harder. And, you know, I can't go, shit, I wish I worked a little harder. I wish I, like, you know, trained this much harder. It's like, you know, it's, once you give it all you have, you can't be sad about a race. You can't be disappointed with how you swim.
I mean, for all swimmers, you want to get best times. You want to be faster. You want to. If you're not improving, like even the slightest bit, like dropping half a second in a month or so, it's starts to mess with you. It's like, what's the point? Why am I here training my ass off every day if I'm just gonna not get better?
Shaving is something that the swim team does that no other team in the school does.
I look forward to that first day when freshmen shave more than almost any day of the year, just because the smell of shaving cream in the locker room is like, it reminds you of taper, it reminds you of resting, it reminds you of just like more sleep in the morning, it reminds you of everything good.
And I think that's something that people can't really relate to, and they don't really get it. A lot of people tell me, well, why do you shave? It doesn't really help you that much. And it's more of a mental thing.
The hair thing, I feel like a lot of it's just mental. Like shaving your legs is just, we do it for fun. And when you jump in the water, it feels really cool. Like you're extra slippery.
Tapering and shaving go along with each other, because when you're shaving, it means you're tapered, and it's like, taper is a word that, you really only talk about it all year, and it lasts about 2 weeks, and it's like the 2 best weeks of your life.
Tapering is the best thing in the world, just because you're sick of swimming and you want to quit because it sucks so much, and then all of a sudden you don't have to do any work and you just kind of get hella energy and you get to sleep in, and then it gets you ready for your meets.
You do like half the yardage that you usually do, and it's really short sets. Sometimes practice doesn't even run the allotted amount of time, and it's something that's very different than the intenseness of the early season.
You notice during taper practice that amount of energy that kids have, and messing around just goes way up, and everybody has a good time, and there's so much energy. Everybody's jumping around and doing flips and cartwheels and going underwater and blowing bubbles and all that good shit. Anyways, there's a lot. Practice is a lot more fun. Even in school, you have a lot more energy. Plus, you don't have morning practice, so you're able to wake up later, and you just have more energy all around. And it's just the excitement of coming to the end of the year also adds to that.
I have absolutely no idea why I swim. I love the gratification of having a really great swim, and I guess it's just something I've become accustomed to. Like, I've started playing polo in the last 2 weeks, and I already miss swimming. I don't know why, because when I'm swimming, it's really hard and not always that much fun, but I miss it for some reason, and it's something that's probably ingrained in me that I like swimming after all these years, and that's why I think I'm going to keep doing it. I didn't a year ago think I was going to swim in college just because I didn't think I wanted to be doing that anymore. But now I think I know that I would really miss it if I didn't at least give it a try in college.
I'm done with swimming. I'm glad I never have to swim again, to be honest, but I'm sure I'll probably get back into it a little bit. Yeah, I like water polo. I like water polo a lot. I'm the best.
I think that I can't imagine myself ever being done with swimming. I looked at high school state and said, okay, this is my last high school meet, but it didn't hit me too hard. Like, I wasn't that sad. Mostly because I'm glad to be done. But, if that was my last high school, or that was my last swim meet period, it would have been a lot different for me. Just, finishing swimming my way. So college swimming, I know I'll be training wherever I go, and it's gonna be a big part of my life no matter what college I go to. So, I apply to all colleges, with the understanding that I will be swimming at each of those colleges. So,
I guess a lot of people say that swimming is a cult, and it is. To a large extent, we are together so much longer than other teams are. We're together for 9 practices a week, and for 2 meets a week. And I think being a cult really helps us, because if you know a person well enough to be able to push them, then it's working. It's really hard to turn to someone next to you and be like, come on, let's go. We need to go faster, if you don't really know them that well. And the fact that, you know these people intimately and personally really helps you to be able to push them.